Welcome to the deep dive. You're here because you want to get smart, fast, right, to really understand something without getting overwhelmed by all the information out there.
Yeah, that's the goal.
And that's exactly what we do. We take a focused look, a deep dive, using specific sources so you walk away knowing what really matters.
Think of it as your efficient path to getting informed. We dig into the sources, pull out the key stuff.
Help you connect the dots faster.
Exactly.
So today we're diving into something, well, pretty common, a water bottle.
But a very specific, very popular one.
Right. The Owala FreeSip insulated stainless steel water bottle. We're looking at its Amazon product page and a detailed expert review.
And our mission, our goal here, is pretty simple. Cut through the noise. Understand what this bottle is really about.
Features, benefits, maybe some downsides you need to know about.
Precisely. Get past the marketing to the core information.
Okay, let's start where a lot of us start, online, Amazon.
Right. And the first thing you see is just Amazon itself.
Yeah.
You know, medical care, books, fashion, everything.
It really shows their scope, doesn't it?
It does. But we zeroed in, found the Owala FreeSip, the 24-ounce one, in that blue-teal color they call denim.
And what jumps out immediately?
Well, two things, really. First, #1 bestseller in its category travel and to-go drinkware.
That's a big claim.
It is.
Yeah.
And second, the rating. 4.6 stars with, get this, over 58,000 ratings.
Wow. Okay.
And apparently over 20,000 were bought just in the past month.
So it's not just popular, it's really popular right now. Any ideas why? Just looking at the page.
Hard to say just from that, but those numbers definitely make you pay attention. It suggests it's hitting a sweet spot for a lot of people.
Let's get into the design then. What did the expert review say about how it, looks and feels?
The reviewer described it as sleek, ergonomic. It's got these flat sides.
For grip.
Yeah, it makes it easier to hold. And it has this powder-coated matte finish.
Ah, so less likely to show scratches or slip.
Exactly. Meant to be durable, resist wear and tear, and just feel good in your hand.
And sizes. We looked at the 24-ounce on Amazon.
Right. The Amazon page listed 16, 24, 32, and 40-ounce. Pretty standard range.
But the review mentioned others.
Yeah, the reviewer also noted a smaller 14-ounce and a huge 64-ounce. So Owala seems to be covering all the bases from like kids sizes to serious all-day hydration.
And the color denim is just one option, right?
Oh, yeah. The filters on Amazon showed a ton of different colors. Lots of choices to match your style.
Okay, but let's talk about the main event, the thing everyone seems to mention.
The FreeSip spout.
Yes. Explain this. What makes it so special? It's patented, apparently.
It is, and it's pretty clever, actually. It's basically 2 ways to drink in one spout.
How does that work?
So there's a built-in straw. You can just sip upright, like you would with any straw bottle.
Convenient if you're, like, driving or walking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then there's also a wide mouth opening right next to it. So if you prefer to tilt the bottle back and take a bigger swig.
You can do that, too, from the same spout.
From the same spout. It caters to both preferences, sipping or swigging. Pretty neat.
That is clever. And the lid itself, it's not just the spout, right? There's a button.
Right, a push-button lid, which is great for hygiene, first off.
Yeah.
It keeps the spout covered.
Good point.
And it makes it easy to open with one hand. Plus, there's that carry loop.
Just for carrying.
No, not just for carrying. It actually doubles as a lock. You flip it over the button.
Ah, so it won't pop open in your bag?
Precisely. Prevents accidental spills. Really practical for portability. Smart design touch.
Okay, crucial question for these kinds of bottles. Insulation. How well does it keep drinks cold?
So the Amazon page mentions double wall insulation, the standard tech for these things.
And the claim is?
Up to 24 hours cold, which is, pretty much the benchmark for good insulated bottles. Makes it suitable for work, gym, hikes, whatever.
24 hours is a long time. But, and this seems important.
Yes, a big BUT.
It's not for hot liquids.
Absolutely not. Both sources, Amazon and the review, were very clear on this. Big warning.
Why is that?
Potential pressure buildup from the heat could damage the lid, maybe even be unsafe. So strictly cold beverages only.
That's a key limitation people need to be aware of. Interestingly, though, you mentioned the Owala website.
I did, and their site actually says triple layer insulation.
Triple, not double.
Yeah, they still claim that 24 hours cold, but they mention triple layer. Maybe an enhanced version or just different marketing terminology. Hard to say for sure without taking it apart.
But worth noting, the brand emphasizes that triple layer.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, let's switch to the practical stuff. Day-to-day living with this bottle. Cleaning. Portability.
Cleaning seems like it might be okay. That wide mouth opening looks helpful.
It does. Should make getting a brush in there for hand washing pretty easy. And they say the lid and straw are dishwasher safe.
Oh, that's a plus.
Big plus for many people. However, the expert review did flag something.
Oh!
Well, just that the lid with that push button mechanism and the spout, it has some crevices, little nips and crannies.
Harder to clean properly.
Potentially. The reviewer suggested a bottle brush might be needed to really get into those spots. So maybe not quite as simple as just tossing the lid in the dishwasher sometimes.
A trade-off for the fancy features, maybe?
Could be. Something to keep in mind. And portability. We mentioned the locking loop.
Right, that seems solid for carrying and preventing leaks. What about fitting at places? Cup holders?
The Amazon page says it has a cup holder friendly base.
Spout?
But the review cautions that might depend on the size, especially the larger ones like the 40-ounce.
Too wide for some car cup holders.
That's the potential issue raised.
Huh?
So if you drive a lot and want the biggest size, maybe measure your cup holder first.
Good practical tip. Okay, we've got the specs, the design, the expert take. What about the actual users, those 58,000 plus people leaving reviews?
Yeah, let's dive into that Amazon feedback. What are people saying on the ground?
Overwhelmingly, the coldness factor comes up. People seem genuinely impressed.
Like, it actually does keep water cold for most of the day.
That's the main theme. Many say all day, some even say 24 hours or more, echoing the claim. The other big one is that straw.
The FreeSip spout again.
Yep. People really seem to like that it's built-in, self-contained. Convenience, maybe hygiene.
Makes sense. What else stood out?
Lots of love for the color combinations. Ease of cleaning gets mentioned positively by many, some specifically saying the dishwasher works fine for the lid.
Okay.
General agreement that it fits well in cup holders, though maybe they have the smaller sizes in backpack pockets. And it feels pretty durable to most.
Any specific comments you recall?
There was one like, keeps water cold, no leaks, easy to sip. Big gulp option is nice too. Pretty much sums up the core appeal.
Right.
And another funny one. Best water bottle I have had. I really like the straw being inside. I can't poke my eye out with this one.
Huh. Okay, practical safety feature there.
And several people mentioned the dual sip swig thing actually makes them drink more water. Plus, lots of praise for that locking handle preventing leaks.
So the features seem to be landing well in practice. Did you look at those AI summaries Amazon does?
I did. They break it down by theme. Keeps water cold, quality, straw feature, design, leak resistance, fit, cleaning, durability.
And the sentiment? Mostly positive.
Hugely positive for most. Keeps water cold, leak resistance, straw feature, thousands of positive mentions versus just a few hundred negative. Design and fit also score really well.
That's pretty compelling feedback from a large user base.
It really is. It suggests the bottle delivers on its main promises for most people.
Okay, but we need the full picture. Let's not ignore the negatives. What are the downsides people are reporting or that the review highlighted?
Well, we have to repeat the big one. Absolutely no hot liquids. That's a firm limitation.
Right. Non-negotiable. What else?
Durability seems mixed. While many find it sturdy enough for daily use, there's a noticeable number of reviews mentioning breakage, specifically.
Often after being dropped. People report the lid cracking or the hinge breaking. So maybe not as robust as some other stainless steel bottles if you're prone to dropping things.
So the body might be tough, but the plastic lid parts could be a weak point.
That seems to be the implication in some reviews. Then there's the cleaning issue with the lid's nooks and crannies that comes up in user comments too.
So the expert review wasn't alone there.
And the cup holder issue, especially for the 40-ounce size, is echoed by some users. It just doesn't fit in every car.
Any other minor gripes?
One reviewer felt the carry handle wasn't super comfortable for long carries. And a couple of international buyers mentioned less than perfect packaging leading to small dings on arrival.
Okay, so mostly centered around durability on drops and the lid design, plus the hot liquid thing.
Yeah, those seem to be the main recurring points on the negative side.
Let's bring in the brand's perspective one last time. What does the Owala website itself emphasize?
Pretty much what you'd expect, reinforcing the key selling points. They highlight the FreeSip, spout sip, or swig. They stress the leak-proof lid, the push button, the lock.
And the insulation.
They mention that triple-layer insulated stainless steel, again with the 24-hour cold claim. And they make sure to state it's BPA-free, lead-free, phthalate-free.
Standard safety assurances.
Yes, but they actually have a specific statement about lead that's quite prominent.
Oh, what do they say?
They state very clearly, Owala bottles are and always have been lead-free. They mention using innovative lead-free soldering from the start.
That feels like a direct response to maybe broader concerns about lead in some insulated products recently.
Seems likely. It's a strong reassurance for consumers worried about safety. They also list the 24, 32, and 40-ounce sizes, matching Amazon's main offerings.
And reiterate the drink advice.
Yep. They recommend only using water in the stainless steel. FreeSip, avoid hot, fizzy, or perishable liquids. Keep it simple.
Okay, so we've gone through the Amazon page, the expert review, user feedback, the brand's own site. Let's try to distill this. What are the big takeaways on the Owala FreeSip?
I think it's clear this bottle has really struck a chord, primarily because of that FreeSip spout. It offers genuine versatility in how you drink.
That seems to be the star feature.
Definitely. And it backs that up with generally excellent performance in keeping drinks cold, according to most users. Plus, thoughtful design touches like the locking lid and the range of colors and sizes.
But it's not perfect.
No, definitely not. The no hot liquids rule is a major factor depending on your needs. And the durability, especially if dropped, seems questionable for some users, particularly concerning the lid.
And the potential for cleaning hassles in the lid, plus the large sizes maybe not fitting all cup holders.
Right. Those are the practical trade-offs to weigh.
Still, the sheer volume of positive reviews, the bestseller status, it suggests that for a lot of people, those pros heavily outweigh the cons.
Yeah, the innovative spout and the leak-proof design seem to be winning features for that on-the-go lifestyle so many of us have.
So, wrapping this up for you, the listener, think about your own day. How do you use a water bottle? What matters most?
Is it the ability to sip easily while multitasking? Is keeping ice frozen for 24 hours the top priority? Or is it durability against drops, or maybe the option for hot and cold?
This Owala FreeSip clearly nails some aspects, particularly that unique spout and cold retention. But how does that specific package fit your needs? What does its popularity say about what we value now in something as simple as staying hydrated?
It's maybe something to ponder. What are your non-negotiables in a water bottle?
Food for thought. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.